What if everything you've been taught about early humans is wrong? We're told they were primitive, just struggling to survive. But if that's true, how do you explain this? Elaborate masterpieces hidden deep inside dangerous, oxygen-starved caves. From a purely logical survival standpoint, this art was a complete waste of time. So why did they do it? Professor Jiang argues they didn't decide to paint, they dreamt it. They didn't have a plan, they had telepathy. They weren't just artists, they were channels, painting in a trance, on the edge of life and death, summoning spirits from another world. This wasn't logic, it wasn't survival. This was a lost human superpower, a force we have forgotten. This is the story of divine collective intuition.
How did they figure it out? And we've been trying for a long time to figure this out, but my answer to you, and this is a theme that I will keep on emphasizing throughout the rest of the semester, is Homo sapiens did cave paintings. And these cave paintings, I will show you later on, they're extremely elaborate. As you can see, it's very time-consuming to actually do these paintings. Also, these paintings are in caves, deep inside caves that's very cold, and where there isn't much air. So it's kind of dangerous, actually, to be in these places. But we know that Homo sapiens spent a lot of time in these deep, wet caves drawing these paintings. That's not very utilitarian. Why would we do that? So that's a mystery. Okay? Also, when we drew on caves, we figured out how to make it artistic. So we figured out that red ochre would give us red, yellow pigment on the caves. We also used charcoal to use black. Okay? So we were very creative. We were very resourceful. We survive by using the resources around us. Okay, so this is a mammoth. And so they killed a mammoth and they turned the mammoth into a house. Okay? Now the question is, how did they know how to do that? How did they figure it out? And we've been trying for a long time to figure this out, but my answer to you, and this is a theme that I will keep on emphasizing throughout the rest of the semester, is they just knew it. Okay? So let's do a thought experiment. Let's just say that there's 10 of us, and I give you this wall, right? And I say to you, you cannot talk, you cannot communicate with each other. All I want you to do is draw a picture. Now you would think that the picture would be disgustingly ugly. It would be incoherent. But if you actually do this experiment, something weird and wonderful would happen, okay? There's 10 of you, you're not communicating, you don't have a plan, there's no draft, but one of you would draw something, okay? And then the rest of you would see that something, and then you would draw something else, okay? So for example, maybe you draw a sun, then you draw a tree, then that other person draws a mountain, okay? It's almost like telepathy, and that's how we are. If you put humans in a group, they would know instantly how to work together, and they would know how to share ideas together. And so that's the idea I want to present to you. All this stuff is, all this is because of intuition, okay? No one said, hey, there's a mammoth, let's go kill it for food and for housing and for clothing. But if you walk together and you saw a mammoth, all of you together had the same thought. Oh, that could be a source of food and clothing and shelter for us. Of our creativity are these cave paintings that were discovered recently, but which date back 30,000, 40,000 years, okay? You can see how beautiful these paintings are. Whoever painted these paintings put a lot of care and devotion into them, okay? It's not just kids playing, it's adults who've spent a long time purposefully ensuring that every detail is exact, okay? Then the question then is, how do they do this? Because there's no paper, there's no planning. And again, I present to you the idea, the imagination. They dreamt this. They had a dream, they saw the picture in their heads, then they went and drew this in a cave because they wanted to express themselves. They wanted to leave a legacy. They wanted to leave a memory. There's a calling in you to be creative and to be imaginative. And as you can see, back then, humans were just very good at working together. No, you didn't need to have a boss to say, okay, you should go and hunt bisons. You should go and you should make clothes. You should go and you should feed kids. Everyone knew exactly what to do. And you didn't have to communicate. But also what's really interesting about this time period is the diversity of human organization. So what I mean by that is that in different times of the year, in different locations, humans would form different organizations. So most of the time, maybe there'd be groups of like 5 to 10 who would go and get food, okay? But then you have some times of the year when you have these religious festivals where hundreds, possibly thousands got together and you celebrated your God together. It was all intuitive. You didn't have communication, but they all knew at what time, what organization would best fit them. If you didn't like the situation, guess what? You'd go somewhere else and start your own organization. Okay? So early human history, it's a very diverse, very dynamic, very creative period in our lives, even though we've forgotten about it.